What up, what up, what up? Hey, family. Welcome back to She's Simply Joyful, where we are talking about all things budgeting, savings challenges, and trying to live our best financial lives. So, today, you guys, I have something very special for you because it's been a long time coming. I know I've been promising it. Here it is, y'all. We are doing a fun get to know me budgeting Q&A, my financial journey, debt, what do you call it? Debt confession per se, And you get to learn a little bit more about me, my history, my budgeting journey, and some fun facts along the way. So if you're ready to jump right in this, let's go.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. She's back.
So welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a minute. I've been gone for like 2 weeks. Whatever was going around came and attacked me, but we've been fighting, and I am finally at a place where I can actually record a video. I know today's Friday, and it's not a freebie Friday, but it's still going to be a fun video, and this weekend's still going to be off, but come Monday, we are back in the rotation swing of things, but I didn't want it to go too much longer without me giving you a video, so we are doing our get to know you questionnaire, guys, and it may be a bit of a longer one because if you know me, and those of you who have been here for a minute, you know me and how I love to talk, and I have stories upon stories from everything, and so I'm trying to scale it down. But it's a Q&A, get to know me. So excuse my voice. We still coming on the other side of this thing, but God is good, you guys. Amen. So, how is it gonna go? I'm gonna go through and give you guys a little spiel, just my history, my budgeting journey, a little bit about who I am, and then we're gonna go into some questions that you guys asked me that I've been hoarding. So, and I got a fun way I'm gonna do it to incorporate some savings up in here, right? Because we're all about saving the money now. Okay, so let me just get started. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. Voila. And I know there have been sometimes people who had put my name and it was spelled wrong, and they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like if I had corrected them, there was no offense at all, you guys. But I just I normally don't necessarily correct people because obviously Brittany is a more common name, and it's spelled a host of different ways. So it wasn't any offense if I had corrected the spelling of my name with you guys. But anyway, I'm Brittany. Welcome. This is She's Simply Joyful, and I'm gonna get started, and I'm just gonna take you on a journey. So come along with me, you guys, and grab your hot chocolate, or if you're coffee or tea people, I'm hot chocolate, but grab some snacks, put me on in the background because it's gonna be a minute of me talking, and so I'm ready to get started. Okay, so I grew up in a, I guess you can call it, nuclear household. And it was like opposite sides of the spectrum between my parents. My dad was the saver, money person. My mom was the spender, free type personality type thing. But they were both extreme givers. And so I grew up like not having need per se of anything. I didn't need anything. Like all my needs were met. And so I never really looked at money in like as money. I don't know how to explain it. I'm gonna it'll make sense. Okay. So my dad, being the saver and the money person that he was, he taught us early. So I am the youngest. I have 8 older brothers, and I'm the youngest. I'm the only girl. And they're all pretty much older than me. So me and my youngest brother, from the earliest I can remember, my dad was teaching us about saving money. It was like literally, it was all about saving money. Save, 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 save. That was literally it. It didn't matter what conversation we were talking about. I remember vividly um, driving home with my dad one day and saying, "Dad, do you see this sunset? It's beautiful." And he was like, "What's so beautiful about it?" And somehow me talking about the sunset and the beauty of it turned into a conversation about how to save money. So that's how I grew up. And so my dad had us from an early age, like any money that we got, any money that we saved, he had us with a bank account. We were rolling coins, saving it, putting it in there, putting it in the bank, putting it away. And so like I grew up with the knowledge, of how to save money. Not really what to do with it after it's saved, but how to save money. And so like from an early age, I could save money, and I would just be like, anything that I wanted, I would ask my dad, and he'd be like, "You got money?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, but you told me to save it. So I want to use your money because I'm saving mine." And so in my mind, I always thought about money as I only need it if there's something that I want that my dad's not going to get for me. And that was where my mindset was about money. Example, when I was in junior high, the Rock and McFoley actually wrote books, and I wanted them. Now, my dad didn't agree with my love for professional wrestling, so he would not put his money in it. So he was like, "I'm not going to buy you those books." And I was like, "But I really want them." And so I was an entrepreneurial mindset from a young age. And so I was like, all right. So I started selling candy at school. And then we had just got this type of Adobe type, like way back in the day, editor type thing on our computer. And so I was making calendars. I made calendars for myself, at school. And it had wrestlers on it. And so some of the guys at school had saw that I had these calendars, and they was like, "Oh, can you make me one?" And I was like, "Bet, $10." And so they told me which wrestlers they wanted, and then I made them the calendars, and they gave me $10. And I basically, all that to say, I saved up the money I needed to buy the books that I wanted. And then when I finished reading them, I returned them to the store and got my money back. So that was me in junior high. And so I've had like the knowledge of saving money, but I never really thought about money as something that I like just needed to get and always have. And that kind of went with me through high school. I got my first job. Well, I have been doing my own little entrepreneurial things, but I got my first, and then my mom had a shop where that she ran, and sometimes I worked there with her. But my first job where I was getting paid outside of the family was it was still family, but I started working at a daycare. And that was when I was in high school. And you guys, like, having your own money, like, changes your whole mindset sometimes. It changes the whole realm of things. So, but I got my first bank account when I was 16, and I had got a whole lot of birthday money. And so when I turned 16 was when I could get a bank account at the bank that my dad banked at. And so I went in and I put all my birthday money in the bank and saved it so that I can use it to buy my own school supplies, because when my dad bought my school supplies, I had to hear, why do you need that? You don't need this. Da, 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 da. And I always had to hear. I mean, like, I ended up always getting the stuff, but I had to hear about it. And so I was like, if I save this money, then I can use it for my own school supplies. And so I did that. I saved that money, had it in the bank account. It was just a savings account, and it was a joint savings account with my dad. So I couldn't necessarily take money out on my own. And so it was just like put money in, put money in, put money in. And so that was like my introduction into all this. Like that was like a base of my life. But then I went on to college, and I started off at a community college, and my dad paid for everything. So like I didn't have any loans. I didn't have to worry about it. Like literally whatever I needed, my dad handled, took care of it. And like my dad had the finances, the money, the mind, the structure. My mom had the freedom, the connections, and the entrepreneurial mindset. And so I've gotten a combination from the both of them. And but like, so whatever I needed, basically between my mom and my dad, I always had it. And so I never thought that I personally needed money until I was in college, and I had transferred to a university, and we applied for financial aid. And we literally we got all the grants that they gave me, and then we got one loan, and it was like the Parent Plus loan type thing. And that was only because we wanted to have some money to put in the savings to build up. And then so like when I got like that loan amount, it wasn't like we went and took all the exorbitant amount of loans in that beginning process. But we saved up money from the extra loan so that we could buy me a car. And I still have that car to this day because it's paid for, y'all. That's one. If there's one thing I'm not going to do, and I'm not going to have no car payments at all. And so I got that from my dad. But that was what we did in that aspect. And that was because you had to have your parent with you on the financial aid. And so based off their income and what they had was how much the school was going to give you. And so I was like, hey, I'm still living at home, and everything is taken care of. So I'm still in the mindset of I don't have to worry about money, basically. But it wasn't until I like was asking my dad for things, and I really just got tired of hearing him, nag and nag about what I was asking for. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just need my own money. And so I got a job. And then honestly, I don't know what I did. I think I bought clothes, I bought fast food, and it wasn't like I was making a whole lot. I think I started off making $6.25 when I started working while I was in college. And so I wasn't working that many hours, so it was just a little bit of money. And but it was mine, and I felt the freedom to do with it what I wanted. And so I was saving some, but I wasn't doing what I should have been doing with it. And then I got another job, and then I got another job, and so I was working. I was like, I'm getting my own money. But in the back of my mind, it was like, I'm working, I'm having my own money, but at the end of the day, if I need something, my dad will take care of it. And that was my mindset. So still, I wasn't looking at money for what I needed to be looking at it at. And so it wasn't until years later, I go through college, and I moved to a new university. And by this time, my whole college experience is another video as far as financial aid. But basically, I get to a point where I'm at another university, and I'm old enough to do this on my own, and I don't have to put my parents on it. And so, of course, they're throwing money at me. And I was like, bet I could take out all these loans. And in my mind, I had a whole plan. I was like, I'll use this money for what I needed, and then I'll put it in a bank, and I'll have it saved, and then I'll use it for what I need it to. And then by the time I graduate, I'll have all this money saved and I can pay them back. I had a whole plan, y'all. Like, that's, if you want me to do another video on how I got into the student loan issue that I'm in right now, let me know down below and I'll do that. But so that kind of started the wow, look at all this money they're throwing at me. And I can tell you right now, I have no idea what I did with any of it. Like, outside of transportation to school, food, books, supplies, all that was taken care of, and I had all this extra surplus. I don't know what happened to it, you guys. I don't know what I bought. I don't think there's anything in my house right now that I can say I bought this with the money that I got. But anyway, then there was a time when my mom got sick, and I felt a need that I needed to have more money because I wasn't working and I wasn't in school. So my financial aid that I was working on was kind of depleted by the time she got sick and I had to take off school. So I wasn't working. And so I got a credit card. That was the first credit card that I got. And that got ran up, and then I wasn't able to pay it off. And so it was like a bunch of interest fees on interest. And so that started that credit card. And then there was like dental fees that I had, as far as some debt. And then different people that I was owing, and then collections people that I was owing. And by the time I'm finished with school and I'm out of school and it's graduated and everything's done, now they want their money back. And at this time, obviously I'm jumping loose, but at this time, my mom had passed away, and I was like, yeah, I don't care about y'all. I'm not even worried about what you're saying right now. Not at all. I was a hot mess in my mind and my emotions and in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. And when they said you owe now, pay back the student loans, I was like, forget you. I was like, I don't care. And that was a bad decision, looking back, because, like I said, that whole journey with financial aid and student loans and stuff like that is a whole nother video in itself. But to not make this spiel too much longer, there was a time where I paid off all these. There was twice where I saved money and I paid off all debt, and I didn't owe anybody. And that's from the top to down, outside of student loans, obviously. But I didn't have any consumer debt, anything at all. And so I was at a place where I felt like, if I need to, I can do this, but I still wasn't looking at money the right way at all. And so I got more credit cards after I paid it off, because I was like, I know the trick now. I know how to do it. I mean, my dad had told me how to pay bills, how to do credit cards, how, like, he's given me all the knowledge that I needed to be successful financially. And so I had the knowledge. And that brings me to this portion where I want to say, like, when I got saved, it started me in a path of trying to understand more. So, like, literally any debt that I'm in right now is my own fault. It's nobody else's fault at all. It's my own fault, because I had all the knowledge, but I wasn't using wisdom. And in the Bible, there is a distinction between knowledge and wisdom, like there's knowledge and knowing how to do things and knowing the steps and having the quote understanding of how things work and to do. But the wisdom is how to apply that to your life in the right way. And so I had all the knowledge, but I wasn't using wisdom. And by the grace of God, like, literally, he has just come through again and again and again and again and again, over and over, no matter how many mistakes I make. And I attribute that to the fact that I pay my tithes and offerings. Like, you guys, if you are a Christian, I implore you, do your research in a Bible, but pay your tithes and offerings. Because even though I'm in the debt, or I have the debt that I do, it's my own fault. It's not because of any outside circumstance or any, like, it's because I didn't do what I needed to do. But God has always done what he said he would do, because I pay my tithes and offerings. So I've never been in the hole. I've never had things repossessed. I've never had things turned off. I've never had any of that stuff, because, like, even since my dad passed and I had to take over all the bills, and that's a whole nother story in itself about bills and things like that. I could do a story on that if you guys want to. Let me know down below. But God has always sustained me. He's kept me in a place to where I'm not under. And so, because of my own actions, I've brought myself there, but God has always done what he needed to do. So I will, once again, I implore you guys, pay your tithes and offerings. If you don't know what that is, a tithe is a 10th part of all your increase. So that means if you got an Etsy, if you got a Ko-fi, you making some money, if you got a side hustle, if it's not your main job, whatever increase that you're getting, if you got birthday money, if you got anniversary money, if somebody gave you money, 10% goes to God. And if you don't have a church home, find a church that you could just give to. Find an organization that you can, a Christian organization that you could donate to. Something. Give your tithes to God first. That's 10%. And what you do with the 90% is up to you. And that's where I'm in, because I wasn't a good steward of the 90% that God left me with. Like, I pay my tithes, I pay my offerings, and then I had all this surplus, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could just do whatever I want, because I had no mindset about money and what it is. It's a tool that we need to use effectively, because God is looking for people who can steward his money well so he can give you more, And so if I am not doing what I need to do right with the money that I have, how can he trust me with more to do more for his kingdom? How can I say, because, like, one of the things that I'm like, I am a giver. It's my love language. I love to give. I love to do things for people. I love to, like, it's just in me. I feel a need or urge to always do that. Like, it brings me joy. But when I don't have enough money to do that, I get saddened and so, distraught about that. And I'm like, Lord, I just want to be able to give. I want to be able to do more for you, do more for your people. And he's like, you're not stewarding well what you already have. How do you expect me to give you more so that you can give more to my people, so that you can do more for me? And you're not doing what you're supposed to do with the stuff I already gave you. And so I've been in that realm where I'm like, I'm trying to learn to be a good steward of the money that God gave me. And if I can give you guys that's my biggest tip, is to do what you're supposed to do with what God gave you, so that he can trust you with more, And so that is where I'm at right now. And so I'm throwing everything in the same video. So currently, because I made mistakes, I am an emotional spender. I had to admit that to myself, and I'm just like, I need to, like, try to find ways to combat this and overcome this. I'm an emotional spender, and when I'm feeling sadness, when I'm feeling grief, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling super excited and joy, my mind goes, I want to buy something. And whether it be buy something for me, most of the time is buy something for other people, do something for other people. Let me try to do all this for all these people. And in my mind, I'm always thinking about like y'all don't know how much this budgeting community has. You guys, I'm watching y'all videos and I'm seeing the stuff y'all like, and your favorite colors and your favorite animals and your favorite this and that and all the things. And I'm like, I want to. And every time I go into a store, I'm like, ooh, this budgeter would like that. This budgeter would like this. Ooh, they would like this. Ooh, let me get this. And I'm just like, Brittany, you don't have all the funds to to give to every single person, because like, even like, this is how I've always been. Like, I remember going to a doctor's office one time. I was in my early 20s, and I saw a lady, the receptionist lady, she had a glass turtle on her desk. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. And she was like, yeah, turtles are my favorite. And my mind immediately went to, how can I find her something that's a turtle and bring it back to her? And I'm just like, that's how I've always been. And so it's a struggle, because I'm just like, even if I don't have the money, I'm trying to find the money to, and so that's where a lot of credit card issues come in, because I'm just like, ooh, swipe, 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 swipe. And so that's where I'm working on right now. And so currently, like, I was on my way to credit card debt freedom. Like, I had paid off everybody else. Like, when me and my husband were first together, we were dating. We were we had marriage on in the sites. And it was like, oh, well, you know what? I should probably start trying to figure out my finances. And so I was like, okay, I have all these student loans, and I owe all these people, and I know I owe all this. And so I went, and like, my husband helping me out, and we did a budget and did everything and got it all paid off. And then I started using credit cards again. And it built up and it built up. And then I got another credit card. And then it was just like, and of course they're going to give you credit cards, y'all. They're going to give you credit cards. And they're not going to tell you like how to utilize them to your advantage. So I kind of fell into the, if I don't have the money, I'm going to use a credit card. And that was not the right way of thinking. And even though I had the knowledge of how to utilize and effectively use a credit card to my advantage, I did not do that. And so last year I kind of went a little emotional thing, and that'll come with one of the questions that we have. I'll tell you what happened there. But basically now the credit cards are back up, and I'm like, okay, something's got to give, because like, now I'm married, now I'm planning to have a family, and we like, I need to do better. And so yeah, that was a long, short spiel, because I admitted a whole lot of stuff. But sorry, excuse me. Let's get into the Q&A portion of this video. All right, you guys. So I was super excited. So definitely leave me any questions down below that maybe I didn't answer here, or anything else you want to know more about. But I have my fun friends here, because as you guys should know, unless you're new here, I am a lover of all the things. That's another thing, you guys. Not only do I love to give, but I love all the things. And so this Valentine's Day, like, my husband got me this Valentine's Day, this super cute sloth. Look, it says I love you so much. Oh my gosh. And it's purple. You guys know I love purple. Love all the things. But I found these things at Dollar Tree. They're so cute. It's a cupcake, and this is what I'm considering a hot chocolate and a donut. And I did have a piece of pie, a little latte drink, some fries, and but I gave those away because I hosted a Galentine's party for some of my close friends. Yeah, I'm always trying to do something. I'm so extra, you guys. And so I'm thankful to have a husband who is not extra, because we would be, I mean, like, he's the same way as me as giving. And so we're both there. But as far as like other things that I love to do, because not only, okay, you guys, I will go on forever. I'm sorry. Let me get into the questions, because some of the stuff I was about to say is probably going to be up in these questions. Okay. So this is how we going to do this, you guys. Like I was saying, I got my friends here. I saw this at Ross for $3.99. Do you know how much Squishmallows go for? I don't even like Squishmallows like that. But I saw this and I was like, ooh, it's so pretty. You guys, this is why I need help. Because I was like, it's only $3.99. And then I saw this little balloon dog. That goes into another thing that I love, because I'm a balloon artist and I have a business. And yeah, you guys. Anyway, what do we have here? We have $46 in ones. $46 because February didn't necessarily go how I expected it to go, obviously, but I had money left over that didn't go into savings, didn't go into my funding things and my yearly monthly challenges, and didn't go into my cash envelope. So I got $46 in ones here. So we're going to use that, and we are going to officially start our sinking funds. There are 6 here. I wanted 7, but I can't fit 7 on the thing. So it's okay. I'm gonna be all right, y'all. But I have 6 here. I have all the questions that you guys have asked me split up into groups here. So we're just going to go one by one. And then I'm going to roll the die here. And if it's even, then I'm going to put 2 there. And if it's odd, I'm going to put 1. And so I'm starting my sinking funds, even though I'm still paying off debt. And it's okay because we're going to make it work. So we're just going to start over here. I was gonna roll a d6, then I realized that the fate of the die is in the hands of the dice, and so everything might not come, and we might not get to all the questions. So I was like, we're just gonna go one by one, and we'll see what we do here. Okay, so you guys ready? I hope you're enjoying. Thank you if you're still here for this portion. And you got through my long-winded spiel, because I am not short-winded in the least. I don't know how to be. But, all right, here we go. We're going to start with the first question. What budgeting method do you use? Like cash envelopes, zero-based, percentage-based, or do you use cash, digital, or a mix of both for budgeting? Okay, so currently, for budgeting, I am using cash envelopes. Like, I haven't really mastered a budgeting style, or like really gone, not even so mastered, but I haven't really like done one and stuck with it to know, like, so I'm kind of winging everything. It might be like because like when my check comes in, I literally pay my tithes and offerings, and and then whatever is left off that's what I work with. I don't even, like, tithes and offering off top, that doesn't even go into the budget because it's already gotten and done. So then when I have my, when I get my check, then after that, I look at what is it that I need to owe, because I only get paid once a month, as you guys know, which is why I use my prop money in like my themed savings videos. So I have to see how I'm going to utilize that, what it needs to be used for. And so I use a mixture of like putting things in cash envelopes, which I just made some, you guys. Let me show you real quick, because why not? So I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought I made 7. Oh, it's only 6. That's fine. I thought I made 7. But anyway, I made these envelopes that I've been using, and so that has been nice, And when you're like out for the count, and you don't leave the house, it's easier not to spend money. So I have stuff left. There's only 1 week left, and I'm gonna be going to work, and so that's easy. But I use a mix of cash, prop money, and digital, like because like I get direct deposit into my bank account, and so for a long time I was a cashless, because I was like, what is the point of me going to the bank to take out the money when it's already there? And that was like, no. Like, honestly, you guys, I've tried so many different types of, like, I've done like You Need a Budget, Dave Ramsey, the budget mom, and I love her, oh my gosh, but I got her whole budget plan thing that I've tried, the cash envelopes, I've tried so many different things, and it wasn't until I got, like, I had seen a few different people on my, like, just randomly watching YouTube. I watch all the things on YouTube and on my regular personal channel, and I had seen people doing savings challenges, and I was like, that's interesting. And of course, like, if you've seen debt-free charts, she has tons of free ones, and so I've gotten multiple of those. Didn't use them. I was hoarding information, I was hoarding knowledge, I was hoarding materials, and I wasn't doing anything with it, basically. But to answer this question, I basically use a mix of all budgets and cash and digital and my prop money and stuff like that. So hopefully that answered that question. I don't know if I did that well enough, but let us roll. Let's see, can you see this? Let me see. Okay, maybe I'll move this closer so you guys can actually see what we roll. Okay. Wait, can you even see that? I don't know. Let's put that over here. Let's move it here. And it's a 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. You guys, spring is my favorite summer, and spring is up on us. And this is my spring sinking fund, because I need it for all things spring. Like, it just covers spring for me. And that's like whether it be like shopping, but mainly I want to say it's going to be like my spring garden and household things, like garden and household, because I like decorating my house for spring. And so and all the different holidays, but especially spring. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm going away again. Bring it back, Brittany. Okay, next question, y'all. I told you it's gonna be a long video. I'm thankful God has given me friends that either do the same thing or have accepted me for who I am. So thank you guys if you're still watching this video. Okay, what's your goal with this channel? You guys, my goal, sorry, excuse me. My goal with this channel started off to be accountability. I was like, I want to start doing this because I was watching you guys for a while before I decided to start the channel. And so I was like, maybe this might work. So let me make a channel, and if I'm like making videos and people are like looking at them and stuff, then maybe it'll keep me accountable to actually sticking to this budget. And was I right? Absolutely. I was absolutely right. Okay, let's see with this next one. Ooh, it got 1. It got 1. So let me hold on a second, you guys. Let me look at my chart so I can know the right information. Uh-oh. I could be prepared for once with the information that I've written down. Okay. So this was spring garden and household. This one is sinking funds for tattoo removal. So I wasted money in the past getting tattoos. That's just me, personal thing. I don't want them anymore. And it's about $3,000, the place that I found to get it done. And so I want to try to save that up. And we are currently $1. Oh, I should probably, there's more questions, put this underneath. Yeah. $1 towards tattoo removal. And next question. Are you a spender or saver by nature? Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. Actually, you guys answer this for me in the comments, okay? Let me know, are you a spender or a saver by nature? Me, I'm gonna have to be honest and just say I am a spender by nature, but when it comes to savings, I like this, like starting this savings journey with these savings challenges and everything, my mind has been on saving. And even though like I've done and bought things and got more stuff than I probably need, in my mind, whenever I get money, I'm just like, how much can I put to savings? Okay, how much can I do this? What savings challenge can I do with this? It's like I've been in a savings mindset now. And so I would say by nature, I'm a spender because I love to give. And so whether that's spending my time, spending my money, spending my resources, spending my energy, I'm a giver. And that's just who I am. So I'm a spender by nature. And but it's okay if I can balance it so that it doesn't hurt me, you know. My dad used to tell me, it's nice to be nice, but you're too nice because it ends up hurting you. And I'm like, Dad, you don't understand. You don't understand. Just leave me alone. The amount of things you realize your parents were right about as you get older. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, there was a question, how old am I? So I am 37 years old. I will be 38 this year. And yeah. So July 7th is my birthday. If you guys didn't realize why I love 7. Yeah. Okay. You get one as well. And this one is going to our, well, that's one, sorry. Braces. Yes. So I have wanted braces since I was 8 years old. and my teeth came in with spaces. And obviously I think like I'm the only one who actually thinks there's something wrong with my teeth. Nobody else does. Nobody else has ever said anything about it. I don't want the spacers anymore. And so I want to get braces this year. Because I've always just looked at what everybody else said, which is, why do you need braces? There's nothing wrong with your teeth. I love your teeth. I love your smile. I love this. And everybody else has said that, but it's never gone internal. And so I kind of want to do that for me. And so a lot of these sinking funds that we're doing right now are personal sinking funds for me that I want to do. But then there's still like a whole slew. I think there's like 20 something other sinking funds that I've come up with that I'm like, hey, this would be good to start saving for. Excuse me. But yeah, next question. Yes. What is my family size and is everyone on board with cash stuffing? So currently it's just my husband and I, so 2. And everyone is on board with this cash stuffing that I'm doing because I'm actually saving money. Like my husband is really on board with anything that I'm doing as long as it's effective, as long as it's working. Like if it's not working, if it's like causing more hurt than it's causing more harm than good, he's like, why are you doing that? Why are you focusing your time on that? Anything like that. But if it's working, he's all for it. So he might not be doing cash stuffing himself, but he's on board with me doing it. And so I just told him yesterday, I was like, or was it the day? I was like, I'm getting you a binder. Because in my mind, I was like, yay, I can buy something. I'm getting you a binder and I'm having a whole savings thing for you. And I'm going off, I'm like, I'm gonna have this envelope for you, all these different categories for you. It's gonna be your own binder. Yeah. He didn't fight me on that. So I was like, hey, go ahead. We making progress. Okay, this one's getting 3. And this is going towards 1, 2, 3. Singing lessons. Yeah. So, At my church, I sing on the worship team, and I am in no means a singer at all or feel like I have any skill. Everything that happens there is God given. He's everything. I have nothing. That is all God that I'm even there. I'm not even worthy, to be honest. But because God has placed me in this position where I'm at right now, I want to do what I can to get better in my worship to him. And so I want to have some singing lessons. And so I'm starting a singing fund so I can get that done to train my voice so that I don't feel like I'm always straining or out of breath and stuff. Okay. And next question. Why did you start an Etsy store? So I actually started an Etsy store years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And I didn't do anything with it. But I had started it in hopes of having like a t-shirt business, but I didn't do anything with it. And then I brought it back in 2021, I think it was. And I had a few different items that I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start doing this and doing this. And I had some items up on there, and a couple of them sold, but I wasn't like fully blown into it. And so that it was kind of stagnant. And then when I started this journey here with savings challenges, I was like, oh, maybe I can make savings challenges too and put them on Etsy. And so I had to start up my Etsy again. And that was basically why I started, because I was just like, I am a creative that like my degree is in mathematics. And if you guys knew the connections between art and math, your mind would be blown. But in nature, like math is not just computational, you know? And most people don't realize that. And you guys, I will get on a whole nother spiel. This is so good. I'm stopping myself. Anyway, I'm a creative and I love all the things and doing all the things and I have all the hobbies and all the stuff, you know? But so I started my Etsy store because seeing all the people in the community, and I'm just like, oh, I can do this too. And it gives me an outlet. And if I start making money, wonderful. How amazing would that be too, right? So check out my Etsy store, you guys. There's March gonna have a few new drops, so I'll have a video about that when that comes. It was supposed to be already this month, but those 2 weeks that I was out, I wasn't getting none of that stuff prepared. So anyway, check out my Etsy store and be prepared for a March drop because spring is in the air, you guys. I love spring so much. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. Anyway, did I answer that? Let's roll. Yeah. Okay, we got 4. And this one is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to personal health and fitness. And so that's what this is going for right here. And so I want to get one of those Aura rings, and I want to start getting more things that help with my health and different aspects about that. And so personally, I want to have enough money that I can get all the things. My husband is a huge health nut. He just is, and he will buy all the things, whatever it is, health-wise, to do all the things, and fitness and all that stuff. And sometimes I just need to be able to get stuff that I feel like will work for me. And I'm like, I love him and all the things that he does and gets me and all these things, But sometimes I'm like, this is not going to work for me. What am I going to do with this? But so I just want to have a sinking fund for that for me. And next question. What are your top 3 money goals for 2025? Ooh, that's good, you guys. So number 1, I want to be out of consumer debt. And so that is literally about $6,000, I'm going to say right now. And in my mind, I feel like that's not a lot, but because I'm not making as much as I could be, it's taking a bit longer. And because it shouldn't be that high. Like I told you guys in my story, I messed up. I I just did. I messed up and I got myself into this. And now I'm just like, I want it gone. I don't want this anymore. I don't like owing people. But, you know, the Bible says we are supposed to be the lenders and not the borrowers. And I'm like, I need to get to that place so I can be practicing the word. But yes, so that is, let's see, this is going to Japan. Guys, I want to go to Japan so bad. And just thinking about spring and thinking about the cherry blossoms and thinking about, like, my husband and I, we both want to go to Japan. That is our dream trip. And I started saving for it because I had a YouTube channel before. I was doing planning videos. Definitely go check out the beginning videos of this channel. This channel started off as a planning channel, and I had made some cash envelopes because I told you guys I was trying to go all in. I've tried other things, and I had $20 saved for Japan, and then I ended up having to use that for something else a long time. I was like, oh, I got $20 to spend. Let me go get it. And now we're starting again. How much did we get? Did I roll already? Roll. Oh, okay. Come on. There we go. Okay, I got 2 going towards Japan. Yeah. Okay. Next question. What do you like to do for fun and spend some saved money on? You guys, oh my gosh, I love all the things, arts and crafts, all the things. I love adventuring. And if me and my husband had the money to constantly be out and adventuring, we would be out in these streets, you guys, eating all the food. And well, he would be doing most of the eating. Like, I can't eat as much as I would like to right now, but that's a whole nother story. But also, I love arts and crafts and all the things, you guys. And so, like, currently I've gotten back into jewelry making, and so I got like these bracelets that I've been doing. I put them up on my Etsy if you guys are interested. I got like more stuff coming, and I've been getting back into crocheting, and I love hobbies. And so, like, reading, crocheting, I've been doing my jewelry making, you guys, art, so painting, coloring, all the things. And so that's what I love to spend my money on. I love Ross. I love mugs. I used to have a cup collection, and it had over 200 and something cups. I had to get rid of a lot of them because I was hoarding and doing nothing with them. I was just collecting cups. But now it's more so just mugs. And even though I got rid of a lot of the mugs that I wasn't using and I gave them away, and I feel so proud of myself for that, I still love my seasonal mugs. And so I switch them out during the season. And so I'm excited. I just put away Christmas yesterday, y'all. Christmas was up. It was supposed to be gone January 7th. It did not happen, but it went away yesterday. And so I feel like because I put Christmas up on the death anniversary of my mom's, and then I took Christmas down the day after the death anniversary of my dad. And so literally winter is basically, and so like once it was like that season was done, I was like, oh my gosh, because yesterday was so bright and sunny outside. It was nice and warm. And I was just like, spring is coming. And I'm seeing all like the almond blossoms and the cherry blossoms coming and the trees around my neighborhood. And I'm like, spring is coming. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I was like, I need to prepare the house, take Christmas away, put it away. And so, yes, anyway, let's roll. That's what I like. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just dropping this dice everywhere. It's nuts. Where did it go? Okay, I don't know where it went, so let's grab another one. All right, let's go ahead with this one, you guys. How much are we doing there? That's 3. 3 going into spring. Okay, next question. Because I know this is going to be a super long video, you guys. So if you are still with me now, put a purple heart and a flower in your comment put it down below if you're still here, because yeah, I know this is I know y'all. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay, defining factor that made you start a channel. I think I kind of went over this with the other one, but basically I needed accountability as far as this channel right now. I've had multiple YouTube channels that I've tried to start in the past, and I just wasn't consistent. Different things happened and so this, I wanted to be consistent. I wanted accountability. And so I was like, let me start, and I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this. Yeah. Okay, let's roll. 3. This was the second one here. Okay, I'm going to try to speed this up because you guys, I'm long-winded. If you could restart your budgeting and cash stuffing journey, what would you change and why? I would definitely stick with saving money and having a budget and looking at money the way it should be looked at, as a tool, you know? And that's what I would change. I would change my perspective of money. I would change the way, like, if I could change it, I would know what I know now about what the Bible says, about what God says about money, and because it would literally have changed my entire thing if I had that mindset in the beginning. But yeah, so that was 3, and we got 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is your why? Ooh. That is good. I started looking and saying, like, what am I actually doing to prepare for a future family that I want to have? And, like, will I be able to provide for them all the things that I had and more? You know, like I told you guys in the beginning, I was able to not worry about anything growing up because my dad had that stability. And I want to be able to build that, to have that for the future kids that I want to have, or the family, to set them up for success in the future. And so that is my why. I think we were on 4. Oh, and it got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. What did your parents teach you about money? And okay, so I think I kind of went over this as well, but my dad taught me to save. That was literally it. And like, if he had more information on investing and how to make money like increase faster, I'm sure he would have told me that too. But like, what he knew was saving money and being ready in any emergency that we had. There was like, he may have been stressed, but he had the money and he knew how to maneuver and things like that. And so I watched him, and I saw that he had that. And like, my dad was good with money. He just was, you know. And so he taught me to save. And so I know how to do it. And like I said before, it was just the wisdom and the application for me. But I had to learn quick once he wasn't here. Like, but like I said, that's another video. If you want to hear that story, let me know. We can start doing story times on my channel. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to do that? Anyway, let me know in the comments below. My mom taught me that money isn't everything, because she was so dynamic just in herself and the things that she did and the things that she did to help people and who she was as a person. And it had nothing to do with money, because she didn't always have it. Like I said, she was a spender. She didn't know savings. Like, the way that she grew up, it was, oh my gosh, you guys, like, just honestly, she didn't have the money all the time. And so like I'm thankful that she was with my dad and they balanced each other out. But and she wanted money. She wanted money to be able to help people. That was why she wanted money, so that she can be able to help people, help herself, help people, you know? And but she didn't have the tools or the skills or the knowledge to put the action, because if she did, she would have done it, because she was an entrepreneur and she knew how to get quick here and there, but not anything solidified to stay the course. And but the impact that she had on people's lives far exceeded any money that she could have put out there. And so that's what she taught me about money. Like, even if I have all the money to do all the things for everybody that I want to do with, it doesn't matter, you know, if who I am to them, and if I'm not loving them, and like if I'm not loving them with the love of God, if I'm not praying for them, if I'm not, you know, being the type of person that someone could come to, just all those things, you know. And so that's what she taught me. And I think that came from here, because yeah. So let's roll. 1. And what made you start budgeting? YouTube. Like, honestly, that's what it was, because I was watching a lot of YouTube. And if you've seen my channel for a while now, you know I'm always like putting in like, have you seen this TV show? Have you seen this TV show? You see it? And because I've watched a lot of TV, you guys, in my lifetime. I don't understand how I did anything else in my life, the amount of TV that I've watched. But because of that, when YouTube started having these different and we started getting to where it is now, where people were actually like, oh, this is my channel and I'm doing this, I was watching all the things, you guys. And one of the quote niches that I stumbled upon was people doing budgeting. And I was like, oh, that's cool, you know? And so back in the day, that's when I started trying to do all these different things. Like, let me try this budgeting. Oh, this person's doing this. Let me try this. Let me try this. And never really finding anything that worked for me. But yeah, that was what happened with that. And so this one got 2. Nice, nice. And I have all these fun people here just because I needed this video to have more stuff on the screen instead of just my hands going like this. So yeah, if you're enjoying my little crew of fun stuffies, give this video a like and a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you guys are enjoying this. I know this is a long video, you guys. And so if you're still here, thank you. Thank you. Did your parents live paycheck to paycheck, or were you well off? I don't think we lived paycheck to paycheck, but we weren't like, quote, well off either. We were like, to be honest, I'd say like lower middle class. Like, obviously, like my dad owned the house, and we had everything we needed. My dad had a job, and a consistent job that he retired from. And so, like I said, we were never in need of anything. But I don't think he lived paycheck to paycheck, because he had savings. He always had savings. And he always had things in case of emergency. And then if he had to deplete that because of some type of emergency that happened, it always came back some type of way. So like whenever we would ask him for something, he'd be like, I don't have no money. We were like, we know you got some money. But that was his thing. He was like, I don't have no money, because he lived as though he didn't have all the money that he saved, because that was for emergencies. And but he didn't like downplay enjoy the niceties of life, or enjoy, like, if he wanted this new appliance, he got it. If he wanted this thing, try this new venture, or go to this place, like, we always did things, you know. And like, he loved bowling, which is why I love bowling, because he trained us as kids. But so he put a lot of money into that, but because he had it, you know. So I don't think we lived paycheck to paycheck, but we weren't, quote, like, well off, in the sense of we had an abundance and an enormous amount of everything, and we just lived a super extravagant lifestyle or anything like that. All right, let's roll. That was 1. I think we are back at 1. Yeah. Okay. If you could only keep 3 items in your entire budget setup, what would you keep? Ooh. I'm gonna go with the money that I'm saving. No, kidding. Okay, well, I mean, true, but I'm gonna say budgeting. I'm gonna go with my month ahead binder. Budget setup. My month ahead binder, yes. My monthly and yearly savings challenges that I'm doing, I would keep that. And sorry, excuse me. And Freebie Friday, my Freebie Friday binder. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with those. Okay, it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Next question. What's your best tip for someone new to budgeting? My best tip would be to start where you are and don't compare yourself to where someone else is. Because so many times I didn't start something because I wasn't where the people that I was watching or observing were. And so I was like, how can I even start this if I can't even do that, you know? And so it's like, literally, if you're new to budgeting and you make $20 a week, start with that $20 a week. If you can only save $1, if you can only save 50 cents, like, you take it out of your budget and say, this is what I'm budgeting for this is what I'm budgeting for that, you know? Say, okay, I only make $20 a week. How does this cover all the things that I need to do? You know, obviously that's an exaggeration, but I'm saying just start where you are. Start where you are and don't compare. Because, and this is from personal experience, because I've been a starter and stopper for so long. I was like, I don't want to be that anymore. Like, every year I'm constantly telling myself, I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want to be a stopper. I don't want to start and stop and start and stop and start and stop because I feel overwhelmed, or I feel like I'm not good enough, or I feel like this isn't working for me and I've only given it a month and it didn't give me $1 million. So this isn't working and I stop. Or I'm not going to start this blog because how am I going to write and who's going to read it, and overthinking and stuff like that. And I'm not going to start this business because I don't have all the tools that I need to, you know? And so, like, literally, these are actual things that I've gone through. Start and stop because of overthinking. So my number 1 tip, start where you're at, don't compare, and don't overthink. Yeah. I hope that helps somebody. Okay, and you get 1. And next question. What's something your viewers may not know about you? Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like you know so much now if you're still watching this video. But I told you guys so much about me already. But here's a fun fact, right? And this is literally whenever you would be in school, and especially in college, when they do like those icebreakers, get to know you, and you have to go around and give like one fun fact about yourself or something like that. Here's what I always said, because it was so hard, this question, like, oh, like what do you say? So my eyes, one of my eyes has a little sliver of my eye that is a lighter color than the rest of my eye. And I don't know why that is, but I noticed it and I was like, interesting. Why is that happening? But yeah, so one of my eyes has a small portion of it that is lighter than the rest of my eye. And that's something, y'all. may not have known about me, because everything else is been putting out there, y'all. We've been, especially in this video. Okay. What's the hardest part about budgeting? The hardest part about budgeting for me is the fact that I can't just get everything that I want to get at that moment. Like, yeah. Ooh, 4. We're almost out though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost out of money. What's the biggest money lessons you've learned? The biggest money lesson that I've learned is that money is a tool, and if you use it correctly, the way it's intended, it will work for you. Bottom line. And that got the actual last 3. So what I'm going to do now is just take these last questions and we're going to do sort of like a rapid fire with them, because we're already like over an hour into this video. If you had an unlimited budget for a day, what would you do? Everything that I have wanted to do for other people that I haven't been able to do, I would do it all in that day with my unlimited budget. Ooh, meaning behind your channel name. I'm gonna have to come back to that. That's probably gonna be our last question, because I can't just, it's a story, because you guys, I'm a storyteller. I have to give you guys the backstory, or else it doesn't make sense to me. Do you have a side hustle or extra income streams? So, I do have an Etsy. Once again, go check that out. I started putting things on my Ko-fi for sale, if people are interested. But like, those are like this budgeting type things. I am starting with my jewelry, and so I want to get that out, like the bracelet making and stuff. And then I do have a business, and I was doing balloon art. So, you know, like all those balloon party event structures things, that's what I did. I've been on hiatus for about 1.5 years now, because I needed a break. It was just me, and sometimes my husband would come in to help. And so trying to balance that around life, and it wasn't working. So I took a hiatus, but I do have that business when I am ready to start that back up. And I've been meaning to start a t-shirt business. So I have a lot of extra side hustle, extra income stream ideas that have not been, quote, implemented to their fullest potential as of yet. But currently, it's just my job and any extra things that I get from Etsy right now. And how do you balance YouTube with your other responsibilities? You guys, I am still trying to figure this out. Because once I started working like full time, I was like, wait, how are people doing this? When do you guys have time to do anything? Like, how is this happening? How, like, my mom didn't have a YouTube, but my mom worked, took care of us, made it to field trips, did all the things, ran her own business. I mean, how did you do all that? Clean the house? Like, come on now. And I'm like, I want to have kids. And I'm like, how are you guys doing this? So I have not found that balance yet with all my other responsibilities, because there's so much more that has to be done in life, you know? And so I'm trying, y'all. If you have any tips, because I asked Chat GPT, whatever you call it, I asked him to plan me out a schedule based off all the things that I have to do in my life. And it gave me something, and I was like, really? How are you expecting all this to get done in the hours that you have provided? Anyway, yeah. Okay. How do you handle unexpected expenses? Currently, I'm building an emergency fund. But we pray. Like, I honestly, you guys, like, we currently don't have a full emergency fund established. We are getting that together. That was, if you watched the yearly and monthly savings challenge video from earlier this month, and I showed you guys my Lamb Legacy thing, we are starting an emergency fund, and it's been tremendous in what we can do by just saving a little bit each paycheck. But yeah, we pray. If an emergency comes up and it's like, how are we going to do? What are we going to do? We pray and God works it out every single time. Y'all can't tell me God is not good. You can't not tell me he's a God. He is not a God of his word. If you do, I will call you a liar to your face. You guys, God is so good. And when you put your faith and trust in him and do what he says to do, things fall into place because he has it in control. When I try to control my own life, that's when things get messed up. That's when I get all this credit card debt. That's when I, am falling into grief and depression and all these things. Like when I don't surrender my whole life to him. And so you guys, if you've made it to this point in the channel, that's a word for you. Get with God. Get with God, y'all. Jesus is the reason for every season, every niche, every savings challenge, everything that I do is because of him. I am nothing and I have nothing. And that brings me to the meaning behind my channel name. If you didn't already know, my channel name is She's Simply Joyful. And basically what happened is last year, coming into the new year, I was dealing with a lot of grief, anxiety, and depression. Just call it what it is. And I didn't know how to get out. And I was praying. I was like, Lord, I need I need out. I need to know why, And so as I was praying about all this, my best friend needed some childcare for her 6 months old. And I was like, hey, like I have to work, but I can do 1 day a week for you so that, to I will do anything for my best friend, you guys. I will do anything for her. And so I was like, I got 1 day a week that I can do. And if you need me other days, I'll work around it because I was a substitute. Sorry, that was another question that had come that didn't come up in here. I was a substitute teacher. Currently now, I am a full-time teacher teaching 7th grade English. So yeah, that's a whole nother story in itself. But yeah, so she had said she needed this. And so I started taking care of my niece 1 day a week. And when I tell you the amount of joy that she brought me, like I looked forward to our days together. And it helped me in a time where I was feeling so overwhelmed and bad with all the things. And just having that time with her, like she's 6 months old, but when she looked at you, like if God bottled up his joy and put it in a container, it would be her. And I was like, oh my gosh, like you bring me so much joy. Oh my gosh. And so like I started saying like, oh my gosh, she's simply joy. Like she's simply joy because she was bringing me so much joy. And then God gave me a garden. And so I always thought that I would never be able to start a garden where I'm living. And I was like, I have to move and then all the things. And so I just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna try. And so I started a garden, and it was an amazing experience, you guys. And I loved it throughout the spring and summer. I'll put some pictures up here so you guys can see. But I was like, oh, well, this garden is bringing me joy now too. So I'm going to call my garden She Simply Joy Gardens. And so in my mind, I started thinking, She Simply Joy, She Simply Joy, She Simply Joy. And so I had that in my mind as something that I was going to use. So by the time the summer came, I was trying to plan like a business, and I was like, oh, like this is going to be the overarching, like this is the main thing, She Simply Joy. But then God was showing me like, the joy that you got from taking care of your needs that she provided, the joy that you got from this garden is the joy that you can have with me at all times. You don't need this external thing to bring you joy, which brings me to the Psalm 16:11, which is the scripture for this channel. Psalm 16:11 is she's simply joy. And then in my mind, I started thinking, I was like, wait, like she's not joy. Like God is the God of all joy. He is joy. And through him, we can be joyful. And so I changed the name to She's Simply Joyful. And she being me now, I was like, she's simply joyful because in his presence there's fullness of joy. And because he said he would never leave you or forsake you, I'm always in his presence. And so therefore I can always be joyful no matter what the circumstances. I can be joyful in all things, no matter what, because God is good and he is there with me. He will never leave me or forsake me. The joy of the Lord is my strength. So when I'm feeling weak, I know God is with me so I can be joyful, And so, so I made She's Simply Joyful. And I'm like, there's so many other things I want to do because I do have a planning channel, because this was a planning channel. Now it's my budgeting savings channel. So I started a new planning channel and I need to get consistent with that. And then I have my creative expression channel as well, where I want to do all my creative type things, because I was like, I can't do it all in one channel because I don't have enough days in the week or time to do everything that I want to do, especially when I want to be consistent with my themed days here. And so I was like, I don't know how to do that. That would be a whole lot. But it's like I have Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with budgeting videos. So then I'm like, that would be 2. So it'd be 1 planning video, 1. But then there's like other budgeting videos at once. So I was like, I couldn't do it all in one channel. And so that's why I have these other channels that I'm trying to get started up. But I was like, they have different names. But I was like, She's Simply Joyful is the overarching of everything that I want to do, everything I want to encompass, everything I want to put my hands to do, that I want God to bless the works of my hands. So I was like, I don't know, like, should I make it She's Simply Joyful Budgets or Joyful? I was like, I don't even know. So currently it's She's Simply Joyful. At some point, the name of this channel could change and everything could fall under one thing. I don't know. But that is it. That is it. That is how we come to be. And each of our things got money. We starting it off. So the next time you see these sinking funds, they will have some money up in them. And I will be talking about some more. So I'm happy that I had this chance to record this video, you guys. Thank you so much. If you stayed throughout this whole time, if you listened and just put this on in the background, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So, I hope you have fun learning more about me. I hope this was very informative. I hope something I said helped you. I hope it brings you closer to the Lord. Honestly, like everything that I want to do, everything that I do needs to be towards drawing people closer to God. That's it. So I hope something that I said up in here will draw you closer to him. If you have any more questions that you want me to answer, if you want me to do a part 2, if there's something I didn't go into, leave it down below. Absolutely. Let me know if you want me to do my student loan financial journey. If you want me to talk about how I got into, what did I say? Was it? Whatever it was that I said, that's a whole nother story. Because you guys, I'm a storyteller. And yeah. So yeah. Drop anything you want to say in the comments. We can do a part 2 if you want me to. Oh yeah, if you want me to start a story time, let's do that. Let me know down in the description box. And if you enjoyed this, if you liked it at any point in the video, leave me a like up on this video. Share it with your friends. Subscribe now so you don't have to subscribe later. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos coming, because we about to get back on track. And I love to see you. Thank you, everybody in the budgeting community that has been using my stuff, sharing me up on their channels. We've gotten so many new, like we just hit 300 at the end of last month, and now we're almost to 400. So you guys, like, thank you so much. I really love this community, and I'm thankful to be a part of it. And I just want you to know that God is good, you guys. And there's no worries. I am healed in Jesus' name, and we are about to get back on track. So this weekend is still resting. What come Monday? Pew, 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 pew. We back in action. And until next time, guys, later days.
君の御霊思いのままただ風は吹く